What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show with the homies HL and ChrisyLite. This is episode 149. One more episode before 150 and the end of season 3. Chris, how you feeling today? Brody.
I'm doing good, man. Actually feeling juiced. You know, we got the Olympic attire on. We're ready for these games, collecting these medals. I think I've only watched one gold, and that was like synchronized swimming. I think that was the only gold.
Live? Or are you saying
Yeah,
just
live. Live. I don't know how good USA doing right now, but I just watched the men capture some. I think they ended up with bronze, which they haven't won a medal in forever. Like I think it's like plus 16, 20 years or something like that. But I'm excited for the games, man. How you doing, G?
Good, bro. I'm chilling. It's like the beginning of fall. I feel like, even though it's smoking hot outside, something about about to be August. It's just like, dang, summer over.
Yeah.
You know,
August do get hot here though.
Yeah, it do. Like, summer heat is not over, but like, I don't know. I just feel like
We gotta get on that boat, man.
Oh yeah, let me drive the boat. Let me drive the boat. But yeah, other than that, I'm super excited to get into this episode because today we are talking Deadpool and Wolverine. Much anticipated movie, mixed response. How you feeling about this joint? Just like the lead up to it. I don't even want to talk about the movie right now, but just the lead up to it, because the amount of content that I have seen and not watched about this movie it's criminal, bro. It's criminal. And I think, like, I don't know if this is just like a maximum effort entertainment thing where, like, Ryan gonna promote the crap out of his movies type of thing, or if it's just like, this is just where we're at in the state of the people going to the movies. Like, people are not going to see stuff. So yeah, bro. How are you just feeling about the lead up to Deadpool and Wolverine?
I avoided a lot.
Yeah.
I avoided quite a lot. Definitely one of my most anticipated movies of the summer. I almost couldn't even see it this weekend, and when it comes to Marvel movies, sometimes you never know what you're gonna get. You never know if you're gonna get spoiled. And man, the trailers, I tried to avoid every single trailer possible because they had it right there, Deadpool and Wolverine. And if you watch Logan, you know that Wolverine did not make it out of that. So it's kind of like, I don't know where they're going. I don't know how they're going to bring him back. But I didn't want to get spoiled. I didn't want to know any comic book stuff. I tried my best to stay away from my normal YouTube channels that I go for the deep dives to get all the knowledge after I see the movies. So I just tried my best to avoid as many trailers as possible after that, like, early original one. And then online, I literally opened up that Twitter feature where you can ban search functions.
Yeah.
I used it. I used it, G. First time. Deadpool and Wolverine,
Dang.
Deadpool, and then Wolverine. All of it got banned for 3 days leading up to when I could see it. So
I respect
how'd you feel about the lead up? And there's a lot of marketing stuff on it, but
yeah. I've never seen so many stills in my life, bro. Like, it got to the point, I'm at the point now where I can see something but not really pay attention to it, to where it's like, by the time I go on and watch the movie, I'm not like, oh yeah, I seen this picture like before this even came out. Like, I'm not even thinking about that. But just like the amount of coverage and like skipping that I had to do anytime I wanted to look at something, because everybody already had seen it by the time I had saw it, or just like the amount of content they are producing around the film was just a lot, and even to the point where on Disney Plus there's a sneak peek to the movie.
yeah, I was shocked that they would advertise Deadpool like that on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and it's like, Not even just because it's on the app, but it's because of the character and the movie, and also just like they don't usually do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a normal thing. So like going into it, I had high expectations, obviously, but like you, I was trying to avoid as much as possible, and I think it was pretty much a success. You know what I'm saying? I did watch the first and second movies again, just because like I ain't seen them in a minute, and I also watched Logan for the first time because I got spoiled on that movie before it came out, so I never saw it, and
Gotcha.
yeah, like it just ruined the whole thing for me. So I just never watched it up until now, and it was good. I liked it. Um, but after watching the first two movies, my biggest question going into this joint was how is this thing gonna, like, what is that? Because the Deadpool openings are top tier.
Hmm.
They're always top tier, and um, I was just like, I need explanations. I need to know how this thing is gonna start and where we're going. And they gave that to us, bro. But what are your like overall thoughts on like just how things got started, and then we can deep dive into the movie.
Like you said, Deadpool has like top tier openings. I did
Hmm.
sort of do what you did. I didn't watch the original Deadpool. I
Hmm.
always liked the original Deadpool movie. I rewatched 2 and Logan.
Yeah.
Logan reminded me how gruesome it was, and then
Hmm.
Deadpool 2 reminded me that the type of humor that Deadpool movies are.
Yeah.
Um, so going into Deadpool and Wolverine, as soon
Hmm.
as I saw the opening scene, I immediately compared it to Deadpool 2 and thought, "Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is uh the best opening I've seen." I may
Facts.
have to watch Deadpool 1 again, but I'm positive I will like this one way more.
Just
Um
in sync, bro. Well, who was thinking of that, bro? Like I was
yeah,
not expecting that to be like the catalyst of like, all right, this is how we're gonna do things. You know what I'm saying? And if I had to rank it, I would go three, three, one, two.
yeah,
Just
that's what
because
I'm
like
thinking.
two was just like, what the heck is going on? Like, why he just do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so, um, yeah. But okay, that's what's up. I do agree that this is the best opening we've had so far. But my major thing was like, okay, what is the theme going to be for this one? Because obviously it's Deadpool and Wolverine, but the first two Deadpool movies had a certain way of like introducing you to the film. Because obviously the first one is introducing you to the character, but also like he'll be like, all right, yeah, this is a Christmas movie. This is a you know romance flick. This is a family movie. And it's just like, all right, what does that look like for Deadpool? You know what I'm saying? And with this one, like I saw the trailer, so I knew the TVA was gonna be involved at some point, and then at the end of two, you see that Deadpool gets Cable's tech and is able to go back and fix everything and basically revive everybody that was in X Force. So it's just like
Yep.
initially I'm like, okay, this is how this third movie is going to start, and having the TVA there now is like the perfect entry. But like, how did you feel about just the direction after that? Because for me, it was this is the moment for me. This is the moment. So,
Mm.
what did you think about just like the setup? I guess.
All
Let's say.
right, all right. Don't burn me in the chat. I thought it was perfectly executed. Just because of, like you said, they already had in 2 that he got the time travel device. They fixed it, and technically Deadpool goes back and mucks around with stuff. And it leads into this whole multiverse saga shenanigans that we already have where you jump in other timelines, you mess up stuff, realities go away. So what I liked about it is in the very beginning, that opening scene, we kind of already learn Deadpool wants Wolverine back. Wolverine doesn't exist anymore.
Hmm.
And it allowed the viewers, the audience, to quickly get on board on, hey, we're gonna jump timelines, get a Wolverine type thing, and we're gonna try to fix this timeline from pretty much dying. And I kind of feel like Deadpool is the perfect character to make fun of Marvel's goof of this multiverse saga.
Yeah.
Like all the missteps they've had, all the confusion, all the times we're trying to figure out what timeline we're in, when do the X-Men pop in, like everything that we've been dealing with for the past 2 years. I feel like this movie, it does a really good job of not only poking fun at it, but also trying to use it to merge it and not just completely kill it off, but like merge it and make it simple for people who don't watch freaking Loki, don't analyze what the heck is going on with the multiverse. Just quick and easy. I need a Wolverine. This Wolverine's gone. Watch me hop from timeline to timeline. Look at all these other Wolverines. I need one of them. I need the right one. Here's a short one. And I feel like it just makes it simple for a average Marvel fan to get behind without being so complicated, because the multiverse has gotten that complicated. So I'm gonna say they did it perfectly executed, and I was really happy about it. But how did you feel leading up right after that?
It was underwhelming for me. I was not a fan of this not because this was it makes it a bad movie. And granted, the movie is Deadpool and Wolverine. So there's gonna have to be, some you have to cater to Wolverine at some point. You know what I'm saying? It's not Deadpool 3. They did this for a reason, right? And I think it was underwhelming, not because it's a bad movie, but because it's just not what I wanted. They didn't give me the answer that I wanted. And I think that it doesn't really stem with Wolverine or Deadpool specifically. It has to do with the TVA. Because coming off of Loki and everything that happened in season 2, and then going ahead and watching Deadpool 2 again, and seeing like, okay, like this man's going here and he's about to mess with the timeline, right? I'm like, my head going into this movie, and it's just my brain. I'm like, yo, he's gonna do it. He's gonna save the MCU, bro. Like, he's gonna go back and fix everything that is wrong with it, and that is going to be the movie, and it's going to be more of a buddy cop system. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like either, I don't know who will be the cop and who will be the buddy between Deadpool and Wolverine, but because they both can't die, either or would have been the perfect person to go after the other one or to help the other one fix whatever. And it's just like the explanation that we got didn't really hit for me. And that was really my main issue with it. Now, as far as like the execution of what they were trying to do, I think it's cool. I think it works. But it's just that mix of like, okay, like there's this singular movie that, and the singular character that we know that has the capability to be anywhere at any time. And then, we have this longer vision of what the MCU and Marvel is supposed to be. So how can we mix those two things together? The solution is Wolverine. That's not a good solution to me. That's not a good solution to me, bro. And even though they added Tom Wamsgam to this movie, was just like
Succession.
If we looking at what the TVA is and how it got, slated into this one tiny room, just like, dang, okay. So you're not the big. Well, I know he wasn't the big boss, but it's just like this is still something that is like just not as important as I thought it was going to be. And maybe that's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to take accountability on that. But, as far as like a Deadpool movie, this is as Deadpool as you can get it, you know, and that's cool with me. So like, what do you think about that take as far as like
So
from what you remember and saw?
so pretty much I would say both of our reactions are perfectly acceptable. I
Okay.
really feel like this is probably the biggest debate on this movie because
Mhm.
I feel you can feel the both ways and still like the movie, but either way, for me, I kind of put it in this is still more of a Deadpool type movie.
Mhm.
Like, as much as I would have loved it to be more of the Marvel-y MCU type formula movie, fit in this pocket, go somewhere,
Yeah.
it does kind of fit in a spot where Deadpool is a character that can take you out of um the timeline, the schedule, or what we're
Mhm.
trying to do to progress it forward, and us have like this cool type event. And to bring in the TVA, yeah, we don't get like a major reveal on that, but
Mhm.
I think Marvel is really rethinking. Was the TVA ever introduced in the MCU yet? I don't think they were
Um, I mean, I count Loki as the MCU. Are you talking about in a movie?
in a movie. Yeah, in a movie. If you
They
didn't
might have
have
been
Disney.
mentioned. They might have been mentioned. I don't know. I can't speak to it like there being a cameo. I don't remember
Yeah,
a cameo being involved.
because even like with Kang and Quantumania, technically, I don't think in that movie they mentioned TVA at all.
Hmm.
We just know that King the Conqueror did take it over in
Yeah.
Loki.
Hmm.
So for me, if I've never seen any of like the Lokis or Disney Plus stuff, I'm getting it for the first time, and I kind of feel like it was an easy uh way to introduce this time travel popo.
Hmm.
And are they gonna keep going forward with it? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But at the most, it seems like they want to have just a little bit of it, just a
Mm.
little bit of it to kind of help them bridge the gap to the future. And they know in this movie, there's no need to make a big leap. They just need something as a chapter that, hey, here's the TVA. This is where you can learn about timelines, and now we're
Yeah.
continuing with the movies instead of being go back to Loki. You got to understand Loki to understand the movies. They
Hmm.
needed some type of movie to introduce time travel in a little bit. Universe can die, and one of the major things in the movie was them trying to explain a nexus being, but this time they kind of changed the wording. They
Yeah.
made it an anchor being or something like that,
Hmm.
and immediately right then and there, I think that's the only like major plot point that we needed to know, and that is who is the anchor being or who's the Nexus being in the movies, because we knew Wanda was one,
But
but she was one
that's
in.
different though. Nexus being is different
You don't think
than
it's the same thing?
no, no.
Okay, okay,
Because a Nexus being is just like Wanda is the only like that Wanda is the only Wanda, only Scarlet Witch. There's only one
okay, okay.
Scarlet Witch, but
And
there's
an anchor
endless.
being holds
Yeah.
together a reality.
I looked at it more as like what was going on with the canon events. Like it's more so that where it's like if you take away that their canon event, then their universe can cease to exist, type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
if
like,
Logan doesn't die in that moment, then his universe could cease to exist. But it
and I
still
think that was
wasn't a good.
important because that's the point of the TVA. Like, there's no way you
Yeah.
can get that explanation in a Marvel movie without introducing the TVA,
Hmm.
which makes me believe that they are trying to pivot via we have already lost a major character, which is probably Tony Stark, and that was the anchor being for Earth 616.
Yeah.
Just the theory, but I think that's the main thing they had to get across, and they used the TVA as the way to simplify it. So once things in our
Sacred
uh
timeline.
sacred timeline starts going awry, we kind of already get it. via a small little fun Deadpool movie. Like
Yeah.
they have to have some crazy Quantumania or some big type event to explain
Hmm.
confusing time travel that is too confusing for the casual person nowadays.
Yeah. It's just like, did he need to go through a midlife crisis to get there, though?
Who, Deadpool?
Yeah. Like,
I mean, technically, this is Deadpool's first time in like MCU, right? Like this is Marvel's first grasp on him.
I don't know.
Like the
Maybe.
other two are Fox,
Yeah.
and that was also a thing about the movie, like them
Hmm.
trying to pay
Making
homage
fun
to
of
like the
Fox.
Fox characters, Fox timelines, but also like show appreciation to them.
By making
Um,
fun of him.
yeah, while also making fun of them.
Hmm. But I guess you could say that. Um, but I think the point of it being a Deadpool movie, everything goes out the window as far as
Yeah,
like what Deadpool can do and where he can be. It's just like coming into it, I didn't think that the explanation of, you know, the multiverse would have been just this line just disappears type thing. Like I it was not satisfactory to me. And I don't want to harp on that point because that's
yeah.
like, you know, that's just one aspect of the movie, but that was just like the first thing where it's like, ooh, I don't really like that. You know? Just because like the what I wanted Deadpool to do and like what we got was him going after all of these Wolverines. And then once he found one, and it was the last one and the only one,
The worst one.
the worst one, yeah, it was like, okay, now what?
Yeah, he's just trying to
You
replace him.
know?
Like
Like,
just he's just being a dummy. Like I'll just grab a new one. Like that.
yeah,
Thought of that already.
right. But then it's like, all right, well that's not good enough anyway. So, and it's like he even said that like if you had chose any other one, you would have considered it essentially like this could
Yeah.
have worked. But that's not even what he wanted Deadpool to be. You know, like the reason why they brought him there in the first place. So like,
Well, we don't know. The reason why they pulled him out was because someone upstairs thought him important enough that just take that Deadpool out of
mhm,
the universe. That universe is dead. Sort of like Fox being gone
yeah,
and then MCU Marvel them saying, "Hey, you know what? We like Deadpool. Let's take him out. Forget all these other cameos that we'll talk about. Forget
mhm,
those ones. Those are dead. Like
yeah,
we don't need to save them, you know."
mhm. And that's cool. It's just the everything after that. It just didn't like the after they got him, and that wasn't enough. Them getting sent to what's the place called? Um,
The Void?
the Void. Yeah, once them getting sent to the Void, everything after that was just like, okay, the biggest point is to get back, but once we get back, like that little machine destroyer thing, it didn't do it for me. I wanted a person, and it's just not what I wanted, and I'm realizing that now. Like I just didn't get what I want as far as like the characters that I knew were gonna be in it and the characters that we saw. Like that's all well and good. I know I'm gonna get cameos. I know I'm gonna get off script facts about like what's going on. I know they're gonna break the fourth wall. Like I love all those things, but it's just something about like the TVA part of this whole thing that was just like, why are y'all even there?
Hmm.
You know, like if they replaced Happy interview and it was a TVA interview, this movie don't really change. because the whole reason why he goes into this funk is because he didn't become an Avenger, right? So
Sorta. He wanted to matter to
yeah,
Vanessa.
right. And even Vanessa, like
Yeah, he wanted to matter to her.
her role from movie 1 to 3 is just like downward spiral.
Mm.
So like in wanting to matter, this movie didn't matter.
So that I think that's why I'm saying that this thing is a controversial
Yeah.
thing, because I feel like that's the point.
Mm,
Like, Deadpool wants to matter as a character. Like, when they make the movie Deadpool originally,
yeah.
like, no one really thought that it would work. It's gonna be
You get
rated
received
R,
well
that type.
as well. Yeah.
But it was one of the most well-received things made by, like, Fox and all of them, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and especially the whole Ryan Reynolds wanting to be a superhero type thing. The dude flopped as freaking
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, even now that he's in the MCU, he wants to still feel like he matters, the character, and he's gonna matter in the MCU, when Deadpool in the movie itself is showing that, like,
Mm.
do you like like we like Deadpool too, but do you actually have to matter in the grand scheme of this big multiversal
Yeah.
MCU thing we're making? And the question, it's you kind of watching it yourself, like,
Yeah.
does Deadpool even have to matter in this universe, or is him having a good movie in the MCU good enough?
Mm-hmm. And
Like, to
it's
the small crowd that likes Deadpool and his bloody cursing. I mean, they had the most curse words ever I've ever seen in a Marvel movie.
Freak Man time.
Gory as ever, freaky. Um, is that good enough? You know what I mean? And I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of stuff in the uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
You good?
Oh
We back.
no. You
We
good?
back. Yeah.
A lot of stuff in this movie, I think it questions motives of, like, what Fox wanted to do
Yeah.
when it comes to making series and big epic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What Marvel's been failing lately, with their multiverse saga, and sometimes you just gotta have a good movie,
Mm-hmm.
to actually matter. Just a one good movie. You did the character justice, and
Yeah.
uh,
A one
I
off.
think they did a good job there.
Yeah. See, I wasn't really getting like I caught because you couldn't miss it, bro. Every other joke was about Fox or Marvel or
Yeah,
just the
both.
both of them just getting cooked the whole movie. Um, but because like at the same time it was like funny and it was also validating at the same time because it's like we had those feelings too, but it's just like for them to put it on a movie screen, it just hits a little different. But the multiverse fatigue is a thing, and I have been
Yep.
feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's like, did this kill the multiverse? Is that what they're trying to say? Like this movie kills the multiverse, or no? Because they saved the multiverse by not killing it, destroying the machine, dark matter. Like, there's so many things that happen, but there's shortcuts that they take as well, and it's okay that Deadpool's taking shortcuts, but everybody else, it doesn't really line up all the way. Because yes, this is Deadpool 3, but for me, like Wolverine was just really there for looks.
Really?
Like I didn't really get nothing out of it. After watching Logan, maybe that's my problem. After watching Logan and just, seeing uh the like just this the down how down bad Logan was, and then finally at the end it's like, oh, this is what it feels like. I was like, oh, there it is, moment. Like to go to the worst Logan and him literally being the worst Logan, but having really dope action scenes. Like I'm taking out the fact that like this movie looks cool. This movie is funny. The action scenes, like they literally said it like this is what you came to see, right? But everything outside of that was just I don't want to talk about it. Where's the alcohol? Let me give you every F bomb at every moment that I can take, right? And outside of that, it's just like, all right, we're gonna rely on Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool or Wade Wilson to, explain everything away. So as much as it's Deadpool and Wolverine, it's just like, man, it's not like it's really not, bro. It's really not. Like this movie just did not feel like how it was supposed to feel for me. And that's my problem.
I do have a question.
What's up?
When you went to the theater, was it a packed theater?
It was more people than usual. Like whenever I go, because I usually go around the same time.
Were people like laughing and clapping and recognize? Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, great theater experience. Theater experience. I was laughing the whole time. But when I reflect on what I saw, it was really just that. Me just laughing at them making fun of Marvel and Fox.
Gotcha.
Like I feel like the first two movies was like a Deadpool movie and an X-Men movie where the cameos really mattered and like he was either learning something at the end or like growing as a character. And with this one, doesn't really feel like that. It really just feels like we're gonna get as many jokes in as possible and look cool as much as possible. And then we're gonna add the TVA in it to satisfy the needs of like what happened in the last movie. And that'll be it, because I've only just wanted to do this. I just wanted to team up.
Yeah.
Like he's always wanted to be a part of something, but it's just like to finally get it. And it's this. I could see how you'd be proud. I could see how you'd be happy with it, but I wanted him to save the MCU and he didn't do it.
Like I guess that's what I'm wondering. So you would want Deadpool to just officially stake his claim as a more important character in the broader MCU. If that would have happened in the movie,
like I wanted them to treat him like they treat him in the comics, where you'll have your normal storyline for like a Spider-Man or anybody else, and then randomly there's Deadpool, and you get him for like a certain amount of books or whatever, and then after that he's gone, and then he's referencing stuff that he wasn't there for, and like all of that stuff, right? But if the roles were reversed and this was Wolverine and Deadpool, I think it's a better mix. Because I kept wondering the whole time, like, what did Wolverine do to be the worst?
He just let the X-Men die, essentially.
Yeah, and it was a story not worth showing because they didn't show it.
Yeah. That's a very valid criticism. I agree with it.
And it's like, at the end, we have this crazy moment where it's like, all right, we're going to get the two characters that can't die, essentially, unless like there's something specifically wrong. Like with Logan, there was like a specific moment where his healing ran out, right? Yeah. And that's how he was able to die. It was a specific thing, but generally, he shouldn't be able to die, right? For at least like he can get old, but and Deadpool obviously like can regenerate from nothing, basically.
Nothing.
He's like Cell at this point. We haven't seen him get taken down to a one molecule, but like he's basically there. And it just takes him a longer time to regenerate or whatever. And his suit always comes back with all the pieces. It's weird. I need to figure out who his tailor is. But you do that, and it's just like we're not supposed to expect them to come back. Like, yes, it was funny in the moment, but it's just like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Like, what are we doing? And it's my, I feel like it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? For like,
I feel like you're just
like,
expecting it to be a much more important movie.
Yeah.
But you're like forgetting that it's a Deadpool movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like you want Marvel to push Deadpool up into like.
I don't think it's like a thing where it's like I want him to be the next Tony Stark or anything. I just want the moments to really matter. Like if you're gonna make a movie of him, make it matter, bro.
Damn.
And this one don't really matter.
Well, you think this one doesn't matter?
At the end of the movie, it don't feel like it mattered. I think it was cool to watch, but like,
yeah, but like you have Wolverine and Deadpool now in the MCU, like 2 new fighters into the MCU now. They had to have a movie to do that, because if they just appear, it's kind of weird.
I guess it really just depends on what your definition of the MCU is.
The Sacred Timeline.
Because they kept saying like, yeah, they're gonna like we're gonna keep using Wolverine till he's 90.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, man, like we ain't even got X-Men yet for real. You know, like there's so many, like, there's so much more work they have to do to get there.
Yes, and that's why I feel like this type of movie shows, like, this is what happens when you're trying to plan something so grand. And you know, something like Fox, they're like, oh, Fox or DC's a perfect example. You're trying to plan on getting all the way to the Justice League or all these big bad villains, but you're not taking the moment just to make a good movie.
Yeah.
You're not taking the time to show appreciation to characters, and even you could say this, fan service of what we want to see. Like, yes, we do want to get there. We do want to get to Infinity War and Endgame, but sometimes you do need the Captain America movie, you know? You just need, why do I like Steve Rogers? So then I can get to the emotional part of Cap putting the shield down, passing on the shield. And
yeah,
you need Deadpool and Wolverine. If you have to bring back Wolverine, you need a clear, easy way to explain how the heck Wolverine is in the MCU now. We saw it in Marvel's. Monica Rambeau goes to a totally different reality where there are X-Men. Now that's Beast. Cool.
Yeah.
But would you rather already see Wolverine? The Wolverine we're gonna get? Would you rather already see Deadpool and then we bring all those characters in, or would you want them all just to, we're gonna go save Monica, boom, here are all the X-Men, you know? Like that type of movie is gonna be a huge movie, and you need some type of nugget to get you there. And while I feel like Deadpool did make this joke about being MCU Jesus.
Yeah.
In a way, I feel like what that's trying to say is like Marvel understands what they did wrong phase 4 and 5 or whatever. Like they understand it got complicated, it got convoluted, and they didn't really know where they were going. And this movie kind of brings back to why do people like the Marvel movies? And to bring back Wolverine in this fashion, I think is perfect, because you pretty much killed off the very perfect casting of Wolverine. We don't have to do another origin story for Wolverine. You know, like we've seen it 1,000 times. I mean, I don't know how many Wolverine movies there are.
Yeah.
but we want to feel like we're connected to the new Wolverine because he already died. Like, if he's already dead, like just seeing Wolverine again is like, but now we kind of know this Wolverine. We kind of like him already. So once he goes on to lead the X-Men or help the X-Men, we got his outfit. We got Deadpool fully equipped MCU style. So now, which is just theories, when they bring them back for a mega uh movie, because I think they're still gonna try to attempt the X-Men verse like Avengers or whatever it's called.
Mhm.
X-Men verse Fantastic Four, I can't remember. I think it's X-Men versus
I think
Avengers.
it's Avengers. Yeah, pretty sure it's Avengers.
Like you could literally have Deadpool in that too.
Secret Wars.
You know what I mean? Like you can do a lot more with it. And I feel like they're trying to bring in these Fox characters
Hmm.
without doing origin movies and being conscious that hey, this timeline stuff is getting a little too goofy. We get it, y'all. We're going to try to pivot and we're going to make it clear because it doesn't need to be complicated. We want these comic book movies to be fun, exciting, and like you're saying, the TVA is so simplified in this, but
Hmm.
I think they're poking fun at how confusing variants, realities,
Yeah.
universes has gotten. Incursions, oh my god, we need lore videos now. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. When you explain it like that, as far as like bringing in these characters without having to necessarily do an origin story, I can get behind that. Um,
But it doesn't make your points wrong because I agree.
yeah,
Like there's
it's
some bad stuff story wise overall. Like they don't even
yeah,
need to be there in the first place.
yeah. It's not even a like. It's not even a necessarily like a timeline thing. It's just like there's too many names for the same thing. Where like you're saying, like they need to simplify it down, because even like with Monica Rambeau traveling to a different place, yes, it introduces the X-Men in that way as well, but who's to say that, you know, now that Wolverine is here to stay essentially, because he's not going back to his old universe, he might start the X-Men for the first time instead of it being like, you know.
Yeah, because he's technically in a new universe, and now we're trying
Yeah.
to figure out is the X-Men there? Is uh technically it should be that Wolverine died, right?
No, I don't think so,
Is
because
that
it
not the
was,
same Logan universe?
well, yeah, yeah, it is the same Logan universe, but they haven't traveled to the sacred timeline.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah.
Both of them still
Which
have
have no
not.
X-Men.
Yeah, both of them are still in Deadpool's universe.
Yeah.
So
So
like,
and the Sacred Timeline has no X-Men whatsoever.
yeah,
But
still
we
to this
know from
point.
Wanda and Monica, there are
Mhm.
other universes, realities that have
Yeah.
X-Men. So it kind of seems like to me they realize they goofed up. It's confusing, but what they'll
Hmm.
do is we'll introduce this X-Men. Monica's here in this spot, and then they'll all converge to a
Yeah.
location where we didn't have to do it crazy X-Men movies. We could just do Fantastic Four,
Hmm.
introduce some X-Men that everyone likes, and then bring them back.
But even
Um,
like, even if they go on the route of like what you're saying, and you don't necessarily need that, like them to do something specific, um, I still think that like I still think the whole essence of like what a MCU movie is and like how everything is connected, uh we, we still need like a core, and we don't have a core right now. Like
for sure.
there's no core squad. So it's like, yes, in this movie now we have a Wolverine, but
Exactly.
technically we still don't. I'll have to go back and check, but I don't remember what universe Deadpool is in specifically.
10,005.
Yeah. So
It's a whole other one.
right. So like once Monica's finds her way back, and now they have a clean way where they don't have to evolve the TVA to get these people and say like, okay, like even if the Sacred Timeline still does not have an X-Men or does not have Fantastic Four, they can go get them and it not be a crazy feat.
Yes, and it's kind of as if they're setting it up where the TVA is not gonna be a bad guy or something, but they're gonna be like up the portal to stop
Mm-hmm.
something major. Like
Yeah.
they have to stop something major. They realize in all realities, blah blah blah, they cannot in all timelines they can't stop it, and the only way is to team up
Mm-hmm.
the X-Men in a certain fashion along with the Avengers in a certain fashion. Do you know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
only way they can do it, and the TVA is just gonna be that way to put them together, bridge them together to save a timeline that all timelines or just sacred timeline that's just completely stopped dead officially,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I feel like in this movie they realized how complicated it got, and they just said, "Hey, we're the TVA, we work time travel. Your reality is dead because someone's gone, and you got to bring someone back." You know what I mean? Like just something clear, but like you're saying, it is kind of kiddie. The storytelling of that is not great, and even what's his name? Wan's Gams? Can't
Tom
remember his
Wan
name.
scams.
Yeah, even his like, oh yeah, you can bring back this Wolverine, but you picked the worst one. But like overall, kind of like makes the whole story of this movie like very very weak.
Yes.
But overall, when you see the whole movie, like you're technically the whole purpose was let's bring back a Wolverine and get
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool into the MCU. Like that was their only goal, it seemed like. And
Yeah.
if that's their goal, you got to make a good movie. You can't have a bad movie and just say, "Well, at least we got the Hulk up and run it." Like, no,
Yeah.
that's
And that's the
horrible.
that's the issue is because they have been taking a lot of shortcuts to do those types of things, and like with Scar and She-Hulk, and like now there's about to be
Yeah,
a Red Hulk and the
it
new
feels
Captain America
painful.
movie. Yeah, so it's just like Deadpool is the perfect character to take those shortcuts, and I just don't see kind of like how this even progresses us forward. It's mainly just the fact that they did it, kind of thing.
Because I look at Thor: Love and Thunder, like similar. They pick up love.
Yeah.
But overall, at the end of that movie, you kind of left feeling like they blew a bad villain. They blew a
Mhm.
good villain. Thor didn't change at all.
Yeah.
Hasn't grown up at all. Like he
Mhm.
feels different, and we're still in the same spot. Like
And Jane's dead again.
yeah. So and all I'm saying is at least with this movie, I kind of feel like Marvel is being more just mentally of aware of
Is it
where the
Marvel though? That
MCU
is
is.
my thing. Cause I still don't look at Deadpool and say this is Marvel. I say it's Ryan Reynolds, bro. Because it's like
Well, this is the
even
first time with Marvel,
yeah,
and
with Marvel, right? But it's
yeah,
like the as as much as it is a licensing thing and a franchising thing, like the people who make the movies are still like the people kind of running the show and steering the ship, right? So it's like, what are you willing to do to make this make sense? And most of the time, like, they think if we just get some cameos in here, then that'll solve all our problems. And they realize
sure,
that that has not worked. And this movie
agreed.
pokes fun at that,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Which is good. But at the same time, they the whole um Professor X's twin situation was just like, oh, she's the big bad now. Like, it's not don't got nothing wrong to do with her, but It just was not epic enough because they didn't
Yeah,
even
and that's why
fight.
I'm saying, like, at what where are you expecting a Deadpool movie? Do you know what I mean? To be
This is
on the
as
list.
this is as Deadpool as you can get. Like as far as Deadpool and Wolverine and everything that happens up until this point, this is as far as like this checks all the boxes. But as far as like
No,
the
like,
box of
importance. Like, you would think a Deadpool and Wolverine movie would be super important to the MCU movie legacy or timeline.
no,
Like, I personally wouldn't. Yeah.
no, no, but the timing of this movie is important.
You
Is
think
what I'm
so?
saying. Yes, like there's a clear like shift that is happening as far as like being in phases because we haven't talked about no phase in a really long time. And one of the things I want to talk about too in today's episode was the announcement of, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back, not as Iron Man, but as Doctor Doom. And this is another thing that has me worried because it's like, oh, it's awesome. Freaking Robert Downey Jr. is back, right? You know what we want to get from him. He's like that. And like even if, as far as like continuity wise with the comics and stuff like that, Iron Man and Doom's and Doctor Doom have like they have their tiffs. So it's like in some universe, does Tony Stark end up becoming Doctor Doom? I can swing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not mad at that. But it's just another shortcut that we have not done the groundwork for, but we want people to be excited type of thing. I would have rather not known it,
You're
bro.
putting a lot on Deadpool and Wolverine for some reason.
No, no, it's not about Deadpool and Wolverine. It's about what they're putting out now, the types of movies that they're putting out now. Like
Yeah. So all I'm
since
saying is
since
take it
Eternals,
from
look,
this
since
movie.
yeah,
Like,
I've already like as far as like importance goes, I'm speaking more so not towards the MCU as like the the universe.
okay.
I'm talking about like the MCU as far as like what's getting greenlit and what's not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if you're gonna announce something at like a Comic Con or like a timeline or things like that, those things come with higher expectations,
Yeah.
right? But with the Deadpool and Wolverine thing, it's just like, oh, this is gonna be a cool thing to watch. But based on the way Deadpool 3 ended, was like, oh, now that he got cables, what you call, now he can really be the Deadpool that we know from the comics and be able to basically do anything.
Sure.
And there'll be no consequence because he has this time travel thing that like he can do whatever, but guess what? He destroyed it. So now he can't do it. So we're gonna bring the TVA in, and now for this one movie, we're gonna be able to see him universe hop, and it'd be cool.
Yeah.
But it's like that's a good step. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's a good step as far as like going from Eternals to WandaVision to what else? What other movies happen?
It was Eternals,
Guardians,
Spider-Man, then Multiverse
Spider
of
Man,
Madness,
Guardians, like
Guardians 3, yeah.
yeah, like
Thor, Love and Thunder. Yeah.
like how you feel about
Marvels.
Star Wars is how I feel about the MCU right now. Not necessarily burn it down, but we need some direction.
Yeah.
And I feel like Deadpool is a character that could be used as like a Swiss Army knife, and he can literally do anything. So I was expecting him to do more, not necessarily do more, but do something different. And that's all I'm trying to say. I
That's
just
interesting. That's
like
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't explain it any better than that.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's like Deadpool, and I can get into my score now. Like Deadpool for me is strange because to me this is the second best Deadpool movie, but there's a lot of things that they went a lot of ways that I didn't like, and that's on me. But that shouldn't take away from what they did, right? So I'm floating at like the movie was an 8, but like how I feel about it is a 6. You know, and I don't feel like 7 is good enough, so I'm going 8 because that's what it really is to me, personally. You know what I'm saying? It's like, can I really be mad at the product they made? No. But could it went a different way? Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know? And even like cameo stuff. Like they even said it, bro. It's like you can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much money to go around. But they accomplished everything they were supposed to do. You know? And I can't really be mad at that. So what would you rate this joint?
I would give it a 9.
Mm,
If this had a better main story,
yeah.
um, just probably overall just better main storyline and the importance of bringing back Logan, and or maybe more specifically why this Logan had to be brought back. Like, uh, the TVA specifically needed this Logan,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like Deadpool had to not only steal him for his own goods, but also like protect him for his own goods.
Yeah.
I'd feel a little bit better. I think they went a little bit too much of like, well, sure, we're just gonna grab this Logan, now we can time skip, and now look, we're in the void, and then they spent too much time in the void, and then
Mm-hmm.
um while the Professor X twin thing was cool, kind of felt like she was way too powerful, and there's always a little thing about when you
Yeah.
have a too powerful villain, you kind of wonder why the villain doesn't just kill you right here and there and
Mm-hmm.
left and right all the time, and they
Yep.
just pretty much make stuff happen to continue it. Um, but overall, for a Deadpool movie, I thought it was hilarious. Definitely one of the funniest movies. Definitely one of the best action movies I've seen. Also, they did a lot of good fighting scenes. They
Mm-hmm.
got Wolverine in the costume. They had him drinking. They had him cussing finally. Um,
Bub.
and it feels really good to see what Deadpool's like behind the Marvel curtain. We're excited to see what they do going forward. For sure, there's gonna be another one. This is definitely gonna
Yeah.
be the movie everyone goes see in the summertime, and it's gonna be a mega cash cow. And I
Mm-hmm.
think Marvel is showing in this movie that they do understand that they have goofed and they are fixing it. And as much as I don't think the story is concise, I do think this is one of the better Marvel movies I've seen in a long, long time, probably since No Way Home.
Dang.
And I loved Jackman, um, as Wolverine again. He's just irreplaceable, and I just
Even
think
this version of him?
yeah, even this version of him, like
Damn.
I just think with Deadpool just being a chatty, yappy guy, and then Wolverine just being a fed up, angry guy. I just think it works so well, and it's gonna be tough seeing these two characters not together again.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really fun to finally like wrap up Deadpool 1 and 2 of him wanting to mess with Wolverine. Uh so I'm gonna give it a 9, and also it's an amazing send off to those Fox characters, cuz for some reason Ryan Reynolds did want to have that in this movie, and it's a really good thing to show how much, these bad X-Men movies or bad Fox movies, while they weren't great
But
and
Blade
not to the
wasn't
level.
bad though.
Sure. I don't think did Blade actually fall under Fox? I don't think it did.
I don't think so. I think it was
Yeah.
Sony, but
Sure. Um,
still.
to pay homage to these things
Yeah.
was really, really nice touch because in a universe where you can time jump and pretty much anything can happen and all this wackiness can happen, like this is the creativity you need to show like, without those crappy movies or, well, it's pretty good movie
Hmm.
trilogies. Um,
Human
without these,
Torch
like,
cameo.
yeah, this type of saga, us talking about where we're going, where we're landing, is it that good? Um, like we wouldn't be here. Like those were just like
Yeah.
normal action movies and like pioneers in the genre. So like this movie, I think, is gonna end up being very special. Now, will the laughs hold up for me? I don't know. I think that's really the ultimate thing. When this comes back on streaming, if I laugh again, then it's gonna stay at a 9. If it doesn't, I'd probably agree with G. It's probably a 8. So 9. I loved it. And I think it's gonna be a hard movie to top for Marvel for the next couple times. Congratulations, Marvel. You got me back on it. You got me back on it.
That's crazy. Cause it's like, bro. I guess when you're talking movies, yeah. I feel like Guardians was better than this movie.
Oh, that's a good one.
I feel like Guardians was better than this movie. I
Guardians
see.
has that emotion though,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I just feel like there was just so much emotion in the first Deadpool, and then like in the second one of him grieving, and then now it's like, ooh, that was my old shorty. I'm still in love, but I can't show it. Like
I feel you. Yep, valid.
there's something missing from the core of what the Deadpool movies have been,
Yeah,
and that's the issue. And
because it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah, I mean that's the whole point. It's like that's why I say like this is a shift because like you're saying now they're officially part of the MCU. Um, but it just depends on how they use them going forward. Um, what was your favorite cameo before we get up out of here, bro? What was your favorite cameo? Because there was a lot, bro. There was a
Johnny
lot.
Storm. A 10 out of 10 reaction.
Yeah.
To have Chris Evans there, us all thinking this dude is Captain America,
Yeah.
and and him just Flavon or
Yeah.
whatever he says.
Mm-hmm.
I died because I was like, oh my god, this dude was freaking the Human Torch.
Yep. Crazy. Deep
Like,
cut, bro. It's a deep
it's
cut.
like, yeah, it's just such a deep, deep cut,
Yeah. You
and
forget, bro.
it was just so hilarious to see the reaction of Deadpool. Like, yo,
Yeah.
this man was Cap,
Mm-hmm.
and we got the bad version. Like, we got the
Yeah.
Human Torch version. But I really, 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 really love that scene. And I really loved when Wolverine. It's not a cameo. I really love when Wolverine finally put on the full mask and we saw
Yeah.
like the
The
white
eyes.
eyed
Yeah.
version. Like
Yep.
such a fan service
No,
thing,
and then
but
where'd the sleeves go all of a sudden? Like,
yeah, because it's just like, bro, there's so many Wolverine movies. Like I'm pretty much
yeah.
tired of seeing this man, but you never seen him like this. You
Mm-hmm.
just never seen him like this, and it's like, thank you, like,
Yep.
thank you, I'm cool. What was
Not
your
in the
favorite cameo?
yellow. My favorite cameo was Wolverine, Henry Cavill.
Hilarious.
I was not expecting that at all, bro. I was like, yo,
Yo,
what are you doing here, bro? Because
I, I was squinting. I was like, yo, what is going on here?
after him getting dropped as Superman and like uh he was supposed to be somebody else, I feel like. Oh, and what's that show? That mythical show. That's a game too. They replaced him on that too.
Oh, Witcher.
Witcher. It's just like, yo, I could see you in the MCU, bro. One day. One
There
day.
was rumors, people saying, why didn't he go for Doctor Doom? Because Doom be kind of big, bro.
Yeah, yeah. He's not a
But
giant though.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. But they were
He's
just
not a
saying because
silver
like
giant.
Doom normally at least fills out his suit,
Yeah,
but I get you.
but Doom is all armor though,
Yeah.
and he's
But his
you never know if it's a Doom bot or not.
true.
I didn't get your thoughts on Doctor Doom and Robert Downey Jr. What are your thoughts before we got out of here, bro?
I love it. It's something companies do to generate hype, and that's what it
Yeah.
does. You drop a movie like this, and then you drop, hey, in the future we're gonna have the best actor of our franchise come back and save us.
Hmm.
And I'm more of on the theory that we won't really see Robert Downey as Doom.
Yeah.
He'll just be acting as him, playing him.
Hmm.
Um,
We won't see his face.
yeah, and
Okay.
at the most, if they do have a younger version before he becomes Doom, it'll be a different actor for a little bit,
Hmm.
and then uh, Robert Downey Jr. as the real
Going
Doctor
James
Doom.
Earl Jones this thing.
Yep, and I really hope it ends out good. I just don't, as much as the Tony Stark variant type thing,
Mhm.
Doctor Doom. I see it, I get it.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Um, I just, I think they need to get away from that whole variant stuff ASAP. So
Yeah. Yeah.
excited.
And they got the what they call it? Raimi brothers. Raimi brothers. Raimi. The guys that made
Did
Spider
they?
Man. Yeah, they're gonna direct it. Avengers.
Oh, I thought it was the uh
Russo brothers. Russo.
Russo.
Yeah,
Russo.
that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
said. Raimi. Russo.
yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. Russo brothers. Yeah.
They know what
So
they're doing.
it should be good. It should be good. Is there anything else that I wanted to
Doomsday.
say about? Huh? Oh,
Doomsday.
you
That's
think
what it's
that's what it's
called
gonna be called?
officially.
Oh, they
Yeah.
said that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Secret Wars still hasn't
Okay.
changed, which is the
Yeah.
same direction they've been going.
Yep. Yep. Fantastic Four is coming soon.
And that got an official title. Fantastic Four, The First Steps.
Mhm.
Trash title, but
Pedro.
okay.
Pedro's out there getting that chemistry right with Miss Fantastic. Sue, yeah. I don't know her
Yeah,
name.
Sue Storm.
I don't know her name yet. Oh, yeah, Sue Storm. Yeah, Sue. Sue. Yeah. Okay. Dog pool. A little too much for me. A little too much, bro. I like dogs, but not that much, bro. Not that much. I wish we could have saw more of their faces. I wanted to see who was gonna be. They were saying Taylor Swift was Lady Pool. I don't think she was.
I heard it was Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Okay.
Um, Dang, I can't remember her name. I feel bad.
You shouldn't
'Cause
even try.
I just think of Serena, Blake Lively,
Oh, okay.
but I gotta triple check that. I was like, yo, what?
Yeah. Fact check. Um. I don't think there's anything else, bro.
Oh, they could have used X-23 better.
True. She put the glasses on though.
Yeah. Like
Put the
overall, it
glasses
was
on.
cool, but like I thought she would have like a tiny bigger role, maybe a little bit more speaking stuff.
Especially
But she
the
was
way they
just
was talking about her too.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they bigged her up,
yeah.
and it was like
They just
they
threw these
had
actors some
they
check.
had their moments, you know. You're like you're a lot like him. The
Yeah.
accent on it, you know what I'm saying? But
This man drinking alcohol bottle. That's crazy.
yeah, he was down bad, bro. He was down bad. Eliath was Eliathing, but we didn't really, you know.
Look better. He looked
Yeah.
better, but he
Uh,
just a hungry guy.
freaking the what's the dude? Not Gladiator. What's his name?
Juggernaut,
Juggernaut.
tiny.
I don't remember him at all. At all. And then the Blade was dope. What did you think about Blade? Them
Oh,
saying there's not going to be another Blade, bro. They said that.
I just think that's Marvel like hinting that yo, like yeah, we'd want to do it, but it ain't going right. So
You
it's like a
thinking
little
that's
jab
Marvel?
that yeah, yeah.
I think that's him. I think that's
Is
Wesley Snipes saying that, bro. Like they was like, let me get this off real quick. Like what do you think their involvement is on a percentage scale as far as like
I
what
think
is
Marvel pays
said
well.
and
They
what?
pay well. That Mickey Mouse money
No, I'm
is
not talking
legit.
about their bread. I'm talking about like as far as input and how much they get to talk smack about Marvel in the midst of it. Like, cause if from what you saying,
I think it's high.
it sound like yeah, get us. Like,
Yes, I think it's high.
I just think that's them going rogue, bro. Like, I think they're going rogue more so than anything. And it's just like, what you gonna say? I ain't movie not out yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind
So
of feel like Disney has shown that they let their directors take it wherever they want, and
mhm,
really all they care about is them dollar signs afterwards. Did we do well? Did What's the plan going forward? I guess y'all are getting fired. Like
yeah.
they did with Star Wars, and it's clearly with Phase 4, they did not guide at all. They didn't. They were sure you want to do that. Thor: Love and Thunder, go roll that out.
yeah.
Marvels, yeah, roll that. So
Eternals?
I,
Jon Snow?
bro, imagine that Eternals bag they had to throw at them.
Angelina Jolie. Brian
Like
Tyree Henry.
they just said, hey, yeah, if you think people will like it, go ahead, bruh. So and I can't believe we almost ended the pod without mentioning Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Oh
That
yeah.
was beyond hilarious. I could not understand what this man was saying,
Step.
and I was like, I need to rewatch
And,
this accent because I swear it was changing as it was going.
bro, he was going Western. He was going French. He was going Southern.
Uh,
Like
Southern,
that
uh,
draw. Like it was like
some type of Jamaican at one point. Like I was like, yo, what? This guy need to be stopped. Like this guy, and he was playing it so serious, like no
yeah.
laugh, no nothing. I was like, yo, he's trying to make me believe that's how Gambit talk.
Yeah.
Boom.
I was
I
not
was like,
expecting
yo,
that. I was not expecting that. But it's like that's the fun part about it. And it's like only thing about his character too was like his hair was so dark, bruh.
yeah, yeah,
Like as far as like I thought it was red, you
yeah.
know,
It's red.
and it was more so like dark. But I guess he didn't want to go do all that. But
Yeah, go that far, make it look ridiculous.
yeah, but it was like, hey, he's there though. The card tricks was cool, you know, and
Boom.
I still ain't know what he was saying. That's
I
hilarious.
swear.
Who else was in this joint? Freaking Electro was in it.
Electro, Jennifer Gardner
Yeah.
took a jab at the ex, who played Daredevil.
What'd she say?
Uh,
I didn't get that reference. There's so many references. I didn't get all of them. So
Pretty much kind of like how Fox has lost so many people, blah blah blah, Daredevil, and then she was like, not too bad about that, too mad about that one
oh yeah.
because she was
I
with
just
him.
I just thought that was like because him and Electro be breaking up all the time.
Yeah, but it's like double
But that
entendre type of
happened,
thing.
yeah. But that
Like,
also happened too. So that's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah. Because I
yeah.
wasn't even watching like I never saw that Daredevil, but wasn't Terry Crews
Oh, that was fun. That was a fun one.
wasn't Terry Crews what's his name in it? Luke Cage?
I think so.
I remember seeing that
I
because
might watch it again. I
I
love
looked
that
up
movie. That movie is good.
yeah, when Luke Cage was popping, when the Defenders was popping on Netflix, I had looked it up before, and I think it is him. Um, but he was like the bad guy in that movie, I think. Oh no, he was Kingpin. He was Kingpin. He was Kingpin. I think he was Kingpin.
I think that's a different actor, but he is Kingpin. I don't think that's Terry Crews.
No, no, it might not have been Terry Crews. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Uh,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
somebody was Kingpin.
Yeah, he was a pretty solid Kingpin.
It wasn't him. It was the other
Yeah,
dude. The dude
I
that
can't
was
remember the
in
guy's name.
Baby Boy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, it was a black kingpin. That's what it was.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're in the deep end now. So, you got anything else?
Nah, 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 nah.
All right. Well, let us know what y'all think about Deadpool and Wolverine, man. Maybe we just gotta let it simmer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who
Maybe
knows?
it may be the second watch, to be honest.
Yeah. Because after watching the first two movies again, I was like, oh man, I'm getting so many more references. Like before, when the Deadpool 2 first had came out and I had saw Cable, I was like, who the heck is Cable, bro? Like this dude should not be in here. Like, what are we doing? Like this was a
Yeah.
waste of a villain, you know? And then now it's just like, oh, because of Marvel Snap and no more comics, I know who Cable is. So it's like
Yeah.
it's just like the more you know. But yeah, man. What you geeked about, bro?
Ooh, I would cop out and say the Olympics.
Okay.
I wanna see what everything entails.
Is what's the name injured? Simone Biles? Or she still competing?
She did injure her foot,
Yeah, so I heard.
after the first thing, but she should be
It's
good
tough.
enough to still compete. Um, I think she'll still be good enough to
Finish it out.
pull it through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but definitely she did get a injury, but it's part of sports. And man, I feel like now that we got this movie, I'm in a little bit of danger, man. Is there a big time movie coming out?
I mean, we still got House been dropping.
House has been dragging in lately.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very dragging.
Man, I feel like I'm missing a movie that's just dropping really soon that I really want to see. But
um, is it Alien? Is
it
it?
is Alien. Yeah, thank
Wow,
you,
wow!
thank
I'm a
you.
genius.
So,
I'm a
so
genius.
Romulus is dropping soon, and I really really want to see it. But I have to rewatch the last one because I didn't actually watch that one.
I haven't
The last
seen
one I've
any
seen is
Alien.
Prometheus, and I'm pretty positive there's another Alien movie that I'm missing out on before Romulus. But I think Romulus is more of a fresh one, and this one is directed by the Evil Dead people.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I tell anybody when you watch Evil Dead Rise or whatever Rising, whatever it's called, that is a creepy, creepy movie.
Yeah,
And immediately if you've seen Romulus's trailer,
creepy,
yeah,
bro.
that's gonna be a creepy movie in the
They got
theaters.
Frenchie
And
in that junk.
oh, do they?
Mm-hmm. You didn't notice him?
Hey, I did it. I did it.
I was like, that's Frenchie.
Yeah, but I'm excited to watch that one because it's just a wrapping up series. The movies are never really like, oh
Super
my god,
crazy.
this is game breaking, but like,
Yeah,
it's a good throwback to many times I went to the movies to see Aliens or Alien vs Predator or Predator.
I've only
So
seen Predator movies and Alien vs Predator.
yeah,
I've never watched the Alien movie. Alien too scary, bro.
yeah,
I need to be
Alien
on
movie to
Earth.
me when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, that's a scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you, I'm not watching that.
But I might watch Romulus maybe on streaming.
Oh,
I don't think I could do the
streaming.
theater. I don't think I could do the theater, bro.
Yeah,
Theater would be
yeah,
too wild. I ain't gonna cap.
man.
That's what's up, though.
But what you geeked about, G?
Um, One Piece, bro.
Oh no,
Um,
he's back on it.
I'm back because I finished the arc I was on. Um,
Good.
Whole Cake Island. I finished Whole Cake
Okay.
Island.
Okay. Okay.
And now I'm at a spot where it's like, bro, clout is at like an all-time high, bro. Like
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Luffy got aura like crazy. And it's so funny.
Oh
It's so
man.
funny, bro. It's
God,
so
so
funny
jealous.
watching it.
I'm so jealous.
And yeah. And now like the cause you've passed Fishman Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're stuck in Dressrosa. We haven't finished Dressrosa.
Okay. So you remember how they was like in the Fishman joint, they was like talking about the reverie. Like
Not
where
really.
everybody go to like all the world leaders and stuff go to the like all the kings and queens and princesses and stuff go to Marijwa and
I
have the
think so.
world summit thing. It's a
Yeah,
world
yeah, yeah.
summit.
Yeah.
So like they finally about to go do that type beat. Or it's like
Okay.
timeline goes. I ain't gonna say nothing else, but
Okay.
that's where I'm at. So exciting time, so many characters. And then outside of that, I've been watching Kaiju number 8, and it's good. It's good. Didn't get a chance to watch My Hero yet, but My Hero just be killing me every single time, bro. Like, if anything you need to watch My Hero, bro. Cause things we get bodied in that junk. And it's not even funny. Like, you be hurt after. You know what I'm saying? You be like, dang,
Dang.
not my man's. Like, and then what else anime I'm watching? I think that's the only 3 anime I'm really watching. Outside of that, we had Deadpool this weekend. Oh, freaking Suits, bro. Suits is going stupid. Like, did you finish Suits?
No.
Oh, okay.
The new one's out, right? I think
There's
it
a
came out already.
there's a new season out. So I didn't even know the show was still going on. I thought it ended and then went to the
Yeah, they
spinoff.
picked it back up this year.
Yeah. So I'm like, dang, something must have happened because I don't know if the Duchess is going to be in that joint. I don't know. Gotta figure out what happened, bro. And then any movies I'm excited about. I still want to see a Twister joint, but I still ain't watched the first one. And then that's really it, bro. I can't really think of nothing. Like, there's a lot of streaming movies that I want to see, but nothing like that's coming out like in theaters at this point. Cause like after House of the Dragon, cause we're gonna do that episode next week,
Yeah.
and it's just like after that, season 3 done. We probably come back once it's like. That'll probably be like, we might record that episode and then just hold it until it's coming, or come back then when it's over. Cause what episode we on in that joint? 7 or 6?
No. Next week's the last episode.
Oh, it's the last episode. Oh, we're perfect timing then.
Yeah.
We're perfect timing. So that's good. So that will be the season finale as well. And then we're probably gonna take like a month off and then come back refreshed, like we always do. And the next thing you know, Geeked Awards is gonna be here. So hope y'all enjoying the episodes and everything like that. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for more, and we'll see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.